The UK is the world's third largest arms exporter, with 58% of its arms going to the Middle East. Saudi Arabia has consistently been the UK's top export market for the last 5 years, receiving two-thirds of its arms exports in 2015. This has attracted criticism from those who fear the weapons are being used to kill innocent civilians in Yemen. The UK has licensed $6.4 billion of arms for Saudi Arabia since the conflict began in 2015. Jamala Shayal has more.
Britain selling a large amount of weapons to Saudi Arabia is nothing new. In fact, the UK has been selling weapons and arms to the Saudis for years, and those sales have brought in billions of dollars worth of income to the British economy. But whereas previously critics of these arms sales would focus on the Saudis' domestic policies in terms of not letting women to drive, beheading people in public, and the general lack of freedom in the kingdom, the Brits would answer and say, well, you know, it's not the fighter jets that are preventing Saudi women from driving. Now, however, the criticism and the connection between British weapons, arms sales to Saudis and the infringements on human rights is much more direct and clear, in that it is British weapons that are being used to bomb civilians in Yemen. In fact, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International say thousands of civilians have been killed as a result of the war in Yemen, which was announced, launched, and is being led by specifically the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. It is the British weapons that are being used by the Saudi Air Force that has turned Yemen into the worst humanitarian crisis today, according to the United Nations. And that's why the head of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, had demanded from Theresa May to use this opportunity, this visit of the Crown Prince, to announce a halt in weapons sales to Saudi Arabia. But Theresa May has decided to do the exact opposite and signed this memorandum of understanding to sell even more weapons. And the reason for that, I mean, according to analysts, obviously, is that May finds herself presiding over an economy that is in the worst shape it's been for many years, and she's struggling to inject confidence in UK markets because of her inability to find a deal post-Brexit and to convince investors and to convince the population of how a post-Brexit Britain would look like. And therefore, her critics are accusing her of selling out on the principles of freedom and democracy and essentially the ideals that Britain holds dearly in favour of Saudi money.